Hey everybody, Dr. T here. Today we are going to be talking about the support that you can expect at a DV shelter. If you're experiencing domestic violence, a DV shelter can help you find safety and build a better future. It's not easy to decide to leave your home, but it's an important step many survivors of DV take to stay safe and find support. Excuse me. Deciding to seek help is a big step. It can feel overwhelming, but you are not alone. At a shelter, you can find support and assistance that can help you feel safe again and begin to build a better future. Going to a shelter provides significant support. Through the services available may vary by location. Shelters are a safe place to stay and get away from the danger of DV. Shelters are secure with policies, procedures, and other measures in place to keep you and your children safe. Shelters are staffed with DV advocates who provide emotional support, advice, and referrals to help you take the next steps towards safety. Most DV advocates work with or know about programs and organizations that can help you with your transitional housing, financial assistance, and legal aid. Many shelters have resources like clothing, toiletries, food, and other necessities that you and or your kids might need. Even if you have to leave home in a hurry without packing, shelters are ready to help. If you're thinking about going to a shelter, it can be helpful to know what to expect before you walk in the door. The top priority of DV shelters is your safety. Locations are often kept private and security is paramount. Shelter setup varies greatly. If you're by yourself, you may share a room with another survivor. If you're coming with children, you'll share a room with them. Some shelters have age limits for mothers with sons over a certain age. For the safety of all survivors, but check with your shelter on their individual rules. Most shelters have common areas for kitchens, living rooms, and bathrooms. But some shelters offer apartment-style living, and others may place survivors with a host family. Note, not all shelters have confidential locations. Shelters understand that abusers have exposed children to DV. Your children are welcome at shelters and are allowed to stay with you. Childcare will likely be your responsibility, but some programs provide childcare during counseling sessions or during the day or the evening. Some shelters even provide structure to work out childcare arrangements with other residents. Your pets are part of your family, and you likely don't want to leave them behind, but don't let that stop you from escaping abuse. Some DV shelters allow pets on site. These shelters may either let you keep certain pets in your living area with you or have a kennel or pet shelter facility. If a shelter can't have pets on site, staff can likely offer you resources to make sure your pet is cared for. This might be an emergency pet shelter or fostering program. Service animals are allowed at shelters. You should not be billed for any services. Most shelters will give you a time frame for how long you may stay and help you set goals for transition to another living situation. Stays range from 3 or 4 days at emergency shelters to 1 or more months at long-term facilities. It's okay if you need to leave home quickly, without many or any belongings. Most shelters will provide you and your children with food, clothing, toiletries, linens, and other necessities during your stay. Shelter staff can also help you make arrangements to replace any medications, personal documents, or other items you may have needed to leave behind. Shelters do not share your personal information with outside agencies unless you give explicit permission to do so. As a resident, you'll probably be asked to keep the names and information of other residents confidential. Many organizations offer free transportation to shelters. Shelter staff can also help you get free access to transportation from the shelter to outside services and appointments. They may provide public transportation passes, vouchers for ride sharing or taxi services, or even on-site transportation like vans. Since safety and privacy are so important at domestic abuse shelters, most don't allow visitors. You'll be able to meet with family and friends in other secure locations. There are some standard procedures at shelters, but note that policies and procedures may vary from shelter to shelter. When you first arrive, you'll start by completing an intake. An intake may be a form, a conversation with a person, or both. You'll be asked for some personal information, as well as what you need and want for yourself and your children. This is a good time to ask any questions you might have about your stay. The shelter staff will explain the rules to you. They're generally common sense, safety and cooperation responsibilities, such as keeping the location and building safe, phone regulations, etc. Other rules usually include policies for childcare, pet housing, conflict resolution, and personal and shared area cleanliness. During your stay at a shelter, trained advocates will work closely with you and your children. They'll often offer services like transitional housing or long-term housing, financial assistance, therapy or counseling, and even job or skills training. Most shelters have advocates available in person on weekdays and by phone on the weekends. You might still need a safe place to stay when your time at the shelter ends. Advocates will help you find your next place to stay. It might be transitional housing until you're able to move on your own, a different shelter if the one that you're at is an emergency or short-term shelter, or long-term housing with financial aid. Advocates will also help you plan on how to meet you and your children's needs and goals for the future. Leaving your home is never easy, especially when you're experiencing abuse. But rest assured that DV shelters are designed with understanding of your situation. Trained staff understand the trauma, hurt, anger, fear, and pain you may be experiencing, as well as the everyday struggles like money, childcare, and transportation. Shelters exist to help you and to do everything they can to accommodate your needs and help you find additional resources. If you or someone you know is in an abusive situation, call the National Helpline at 1-800-799-SAFE or text START to 88788. Everyone deserves a healthy relationship.